In few seconds. She is fully ready. Fully ready. Good afternoon to all the parents sitting here and also who are present with us today online. We at WSS welcome you all to the IGCSE Option Evening Event 2025. The purpose of this meeting is to make you and your child ready for the future, as our Year 9 students will soon expand their academic knowledge and step into Key Stage 4 by the end of this academic year. The transition from Key Stage 3 to Key Stage 4 is an important, challenging, yet exciting time, as for the first time in your education, you can choose where and what to study.
But before we go into the further details, I request all of you to kindly rise up for the national anthem. Thank you. Please take your seats. Now let us listen to the beautiful Quran recitation by Malak Muhammad of Year 9 GH.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you, Malak.
Now, I would like to request our school principal and CEO, Ms. Valerie Thompson, to commence the program with the welcome speech.
Good afternoon, everyone. Who's looking forward to the weekend? All right. So we've had a very, very busy couple of weeks, but we've saved, I think, the most important meeting till today. It might feel a long time for you to think about university and a career. You know, you're still young and you're just still in kind of getting used to secondary, enjoying maybe some freedom, but still a little bit relaxed. But times are changing. You are now getting into the next important phase of your life. And decisions you make now, okay, it's not the end of the world if you change your mind. Still, you have chance to change. But you need to make these decisions of subjects very, very carefully so that you don't have to change. So that it gives you a choice of careers, maybe a choice of subjects to study at university, but at the same time, every subject has to contribute to a successful future. So think about that. This is now you're putting the foundation of your future, your long-term future. That's a big choice, right? So you're not alone. All your experts are here to talk about the content. Mum and Dad are here, students, to give you suggestions and advice, but also spend a lot of time researching. Do your own research. Where do you want to go for university? What would you like to study? What options do you have with your skills? Think about your own talents. All right, so all of these things, you put it into the mixture and you come out with an options choice at the end, like making a cake, but a little bit more serious. So I wish you all the best. Please ask if you need advice or support. Our careers counselor, Miss Anisha, hands up. Thank you, is here to guide you every step of the way. Okay, take it seriously, research, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Valerie. As Malcolm rightly said, education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. On this note, let us look at the requirements by Ministry of Education to graduate in 2025-27 and beyond. I would like to request the Secondary Assistant Principal, Mr. Alfred Franklin, to talk about the MOE requirements.
Before that, I would like to invite Mr. Suj to say a few things that are very, very important, that will be an eye-opener for you before I go into ministry requirements, and that will help you throughout the session till we reach the end. Yep, Mr. Suj.
Assalamu alaikum. Afternoon. So one of the most important things is getting guidance before. So before you go into year 10, it's important you get guidance, and I'll explain a couple of examples. So some of our students in year 12, they started to do German, and I was like, why do you want to learn German? You hated French, but now you want to do German? But they needed to get a German level qualification, and then they could go to Germany to do a course, and there was free education and so many other benefits, right? So, but they did the planning beforehand, and it's not the school who provided it, they did it outside of school. Also, there are so many students that want to do, when they leave school, like for example, cyber security, or something to do with data science. When you want to do this, they will ask for computer science. They won't ask for ICT. I'm just giving you a couple of different examples. So knowing what subjects you want to do is very important. And the reason I'm saying it is because if you go into year 10 and after 2 months or after the first term, you say, actually, hold on, let me change my choice. I don't want to do chemistry, let me change it to physics. It's too late. In terms of the syllabus that's covered, it's extremely hard to change that over. So the preparation you do now is extremely important, and the people you see around the room, they're actually very important. From Miss Anisha to Mr. Franklin, Miss Seema, all the other teachers are extremely important. Ask them. And the last thing that you can actually do is look at courses that you like, right? So go to different universities, go to their websites. Everyone is different, right? Somebody will maybe want to do medicine, and you have to look at which countries can I go do medicine in. Like, would you want to go to Georgia, or do you want to go to Russia? Or is it actually better and more economical for you to go back and do it in Pakistan or India or Egypt, complete it and then come back and work in the UAE? But if you're coming back to the UAE, do you need to do any equivalency? All these things are so important. And although you have so much time, you need to do the research just now. And with everything that is available, it's so much easier, right? You got ChatGPT, you got DeepSeek, you've got different AI agents that you can use, and you can collect that information. I know you use it, right? Don't use it for exams, right? But what happens is you've got so many things available. You've got university websites, everything. Think about what you enjoy, think about what you like, and look at what subjects are required. There is no point somebody doing physics, right, and then saying, oh, I'm going to do A-level physics, when they don't need it at all, right? If you can do biology, chemistry, and that's all you need, then why not focus on that? Sometimes we give ourselves way too much to do, right? But if that's something you want to do to keep your options open, no problem, right? So the biggest thing that you can do just now is a little bit of research, and also talk to your parents and your siblings and your friends. Find out what they know, find out where they're going to go. And they'll talk about this later on, and it impacts people from different countries, right? So we have a lot of Egyptian parents that come in year 11 and say, excuse me, we don't want grades A to G, right? We want the number system, 1 to 9. It suits us better. So we have options for that as well. The curriculum stays the same. It's just the exam that you do at the end, that is, a code is different. So we have these various options, and you'll see the various options that we offer you throughout the day, right? But my message to you is, do your preparation beforehand, choose your subjects wisely, because after 3 months, 6 months, it's very hard to shift your subject. Okay, thank you so much.
So good afternoon. That being said, I think he had set the stage very clear for us. Now, before I go into explaining what is the requirement, I wanted to mention a couple of points very clearly here. Like Mr. Suj said, what I'm going to speak next is the requirement from the ministry. For the requirements of the university, please do the research. It is very important for you to know what is required from the university that you are going to go after you finish your A-level education, after 4 years. Yep. So please do that. The one which I'm going to talk now is for every child who studies in the UAE, there is a particular parameter that is set by the government that they have to get those grades to get a certificate that will give what we call it as equivalency. So that will be a very important certificate if your children are planning to continue their studies in the UAE universities. So for that, for IGCSE level, they want the students to finish 5 IGCSE subject that doesn't include Arabic and Islamic studies and UAE social studies. Once again I say, 5 IGCSE subjects that is given by the Cambridge University or Edexcel, depending on the subject you are going to choose, which doesn't include Arabic language and Islamic studies and UAE social studies. These 3 subjects are compulsory. Arabic, Islamic studies and UAE social studies are compulsory subjects, but apart from that 5 subjects are necessary, and a passing grade of A star to E is required by the ministry. So in 5 subjects, if your children are getting A star to E, they are eligible to get equivalency. Not eligible to go into the university you are planning. It depends on the university. This is from the government. The certificate would be provided. And they also add that every student should finish 12 years of education, or in British system we say year 13, with an A-level qualification. So 5 IGCSE subject A star to E passing grade, and 2 AS level subjects or 1 A-level subject is necessary to get that certificate that will help your children to go into further studies in UAE universities. Islamic education, Arabic language cannot be included in this list. This is a general information. Many of you know by now what is IGCSE. So here we have given what is the general weight of this qualification. Approximately 250,000 students enter into IGCSE, and you can also see there are 100 countries that follows this syllabus. So the education is in line with any international educational standards. And at WSS, we are giving 6 IGCSE subjects along with the compulsory subjects of Arabic, Islamic and UAE social studies to the students. What are those will be discussed later by Ms. Seema. Now, there are a couple of things that we wanted to be very clear with. Number one, when you see in the following slides, when Ms. Seema explains the subject options we have, to run any subject, we have fixed 20 students as a minimum number of the class. If we are not able to get 20 students in some subjects, then either we will cancel the subject or we will contact you once again to check in which other subject would you like to continue your studies in. If we are not having 20 students, it is not feasible for us to run an effective learning environment for any subject. So 20 students is the minimum that we have fixed for WSS. Every examination that comes from Cambridge University is an external examination, or Edexcel exam board is an external examination, and there is an examination fee that is separate for it. It doesn't involve in the school fee. The fee you pay will be transferred to Cambridge University. So that is a separate payment for that. In year 11, not in year 10. And like Mr. Suj said, subject change we don't permit, because in many years of our experience, it is not easy for any student to take the subject load if they are joining a subject quite late. Just to give an option for our students and our parents to rethink it, after the students join IGCSE course, first 15 days we keep it open. In that 15 days, if you decide to shift your subject, you can either approach me or Ms. Seema or the team leader. They will send you an email with the option form, which we will be sending after this, to rewrite with the changed option, and that will be taken in. I will add one more thing. As soon as you give your options, after that 15 days, it automatically forwarded to the exam department. Our exam officer enters the names of the students in the Cambridge, and he also puts the subject option chosen. It is not confirmed, but we already put it in there and we keep it. So once we cross that window, it is going to be in multiple levels of change, shifts, so it is not possible for us to shift the subjects. So this is all what we wanted to tell. And the last one is just for, if suppose you know what is the equivalent of this one. It's very simple. It is O-level. Some countries call it as O-level. And in the UK, sometimes they call it as the fifth form. Sixth form is year 12 and 13. And this is the basic secondary education certificate that any student can get in the regular system. And after they finish, there are places or there are universities, they will admit your children for pre-university courses. That is again a 1 or 2 year course depending on the country and the university, and they will be given chance to do diploma, advanced diploma. So this is a basic necessity for that. It is also very equivalent. If they are finishing A-level, it is somewhere equivalent to, not IGCSE, A-level. If they finish, it is somewhere equivalent to +2 or 12th class qualification in other countries. So this is the general information and the ministry requirement for you to get the equivalency. After this, we are going to look into what all the subjects that we offer at WSS and the options of choosing it. After that, there will be short information about the subjects and the papers, marks. Then we will open the floor for a few questions we will take. After that, all our subject leaders are sitting around here. You can go and speak to them to know further details about that subject. If you have any confusion regarding what subject you should choose, please, we have a guidance counselor, Ms. Anisha, in our school. She is the one who runs our open days and our career events in the school by communicating with many universities. So you can always just drop her an email. She will support you with your, if you have any doubts. If you're already fixed, okay, this is what my child will do, then. For the students here, I just want to tell one very important thing. Please choose the subjects after you discuss with your parents, not after discussing with your friends. Okay? Because sometimes we have very close friends. We feel that we should be with our friends. We don't want to leave them. So your friend will say, I'm going to go and do, say, chemistry. You might not like chemistry very much, but because your friend says you don't go, please speak to your parents before you choose your subjects, not your friends. Yes, of course, have a chat with your friends, but do choose along with your parents' guidance, right? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Franklin. All students have a choice in subjects that they study in Key Stage 4. Let's look at the options form in detail. I would like to request Deputy Head of Secondary Section, Ms. Seema Deshmukh, to take us through the subjects offered at WSS and help our parents and students in their selection path.
Thank you, Aisha, for that brief introduction. Good evening, everyone. So far, 3 people spoke in front of you. We started with why options evening. What is it about? Mr. Shush briefed you about what is the importance of making informed choices. And Mr. Franklin emphasized on what are the MOE requirements. See, your children needs to go to university. That's their destination. Choosing subjects is a way to reach there. So you have to make sure that they choose a correct path so that they reach the right destination. I'm going to take you through the walk of the subjects that we offer. So let's begin with the compulsory subjects or mandatory subjects with the path for MOE subjects first. Islamic studies is mandatory for all the Muslim students who are studying IGCSE course. Arabic language and UAE social studies are compulsory for all the subjects. Arabic is compulsory subject because it ensures language proficiency and cultural literacy. UAE social studies is promoted to foster national identity and understanding of the culture of the nation. Apart from these ministry subjects, mathematics is another mandatory subject which every student is supposed to study. So with this, we complete one block of the subjects, that is block A. We have 4 such blocks. In second block, that is block B, we are offering you English as a language. Again, when it comes to English, which is a very much required skill, not only to communicate and be globally successful, but it is also required for learning the academics that students are studying. So English is offered as first language for the students who are very fluent in English or close to fluency, whereas English as second language is recommended or best suited for the students who are still developing English proficiency. This course emphasizes practical communication skills and academic language use. So you get to choose between either English as a first language or English as a second language. That is all about block B. Block C is core academics. In block B, you've got 3 rows and you get to choose one from each row, that is 3 subjects. For example, between physics and business studies, you can choose only one. Between chemistry and economics, you get to choose one. Between biology and accounting, you can choose one. So this also leaves a scope of going for exclusive sciences or humanities and commerce. Whatever your child wants to pursue in career, we are giving him that choice. Block D is personal interest. Here we have wide range of subjects such as computer science, psychology, food and nutrition, Arabic language as first language, art and design, and geography. So in conclusion, I would like to emphasize that at WSS, we offer the subjects that are designed to both structured way and flexibility. The goal is to create a balanced academic profile that meets global standards for our learners. It is also designed to aim at personal strengths and interest, university and career goals, and a balanced workload. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Seema, for this detailed information. Now, let's call up our Key Stage 4 students, Arjun Sajeev, Deputy Wellbeing Leader, and Celino Meadam, UAE Vision Leader, to talk about the subjects in detail. They will be focusing on the content of the subjects and the assessment overview for each subject.
Good afternoon. The first course is First Language English, subject code 0500. All candidates must appear for 2 papers, paper 1 reading and paper 2 writing. Each paper has a duration of 2 hours and is worth 80 marks with an equal weightage of 50%.
English as a second language, subject code 0511. All candidates are to appear for all 3 components, paper 1, reading and writing, paper 2, listening, and paper 3, speaking. Paper 1 has a duration of 2 hours, a weightage of 50%, and is worth 60 marks. Paper 2 has a duration of approximately 50 minutes, while paper 3 is allotted 10 to 15 minutes. Both papers have a weightage of 25% and are worth 40 marks each.
Mathematics, subject code 0580. All candidates take 2 components, paper 2 and paper 4. Paper 2 is a non-calculator paper, and paper 4 is a calculator paper. The duration of both papers is 2 hours. Both carry 100 marks and have a 50% weightage each.
Physics, subject code 0625. Chemistry, subject code 0620. And biology, Subject code 0610. All candidates must appear for 3 papers for each of the science subjects, papers 2, 4, and 6.
Paper 2 is a multiple choice question paper with a duration of 45 minutes and out of 40 marks, which has a 30% weightage of the total available marks. Paper 4 is a theory paper with a duration of 1 hour 15 minutes and of 80 marks. This paper has a 50% weightage of the total available marks. And finally, paper 6 is an alternative to practical paper with a duration of 1 hour and 40 marks, which has a 20% weightage of the total available marks. Computer Science, subject code 0478. All candidates take 2 papers. Paper 1, Computer Systems, and Paper 2, Algorithms, Programming, and Logic. The duration of both papers is 1 hour and 45 minutes, and both papers carry 75 marks, each with 50% weightage.
Information and Communication Technology, ICT, subject code 0417. All candidates are expected to answer all 3 components. Paper 1, Theory. Paper 2, Document Production, Databases, and Presentations. And Paper 3, Spreadsheets and Website Authoring. Paper 1 has a duration of 1 hour and 30 minutes and is worth 80 marks and carries a weightage of 40%. For practical papers, papers 2 and 3 are each 2 hours and 15 minutes long, are 70 marks each, and carry a weightage of 30% each.
Business Studies, subject code 0450. All candidates will answer 2 papers. Paper 1, Short Answers and Data Response, and Paper 2, Case Study. Both papers have a duration of 1 hour 30 minutes with 80 marks each and an equal weightage of 50%.
Economics, subject code 0455. All candidates will be writing 2 papers. Paper 1, Multiple Choice, and Paper 2, Structured Questions. Paper 1 is allotted a duration of 45 minutes, is worth 30 marks, and carries a weightage of 30%. Paper 2 has a duration of 2 hours and 15 minutes, is worth 90 marks, and carries a weightage of 70%.
Accounting, subject code 0452. All candidates appear for 2 papers. Paper 1, Multiple Choice, and Paper 2, Structured Written Paper. Paper 1 is 1 hour and 15 minutes in duration, is worth 35 marks, and carries a weightage of 30%. Paper 2 is 1 hour and 45 minutes in duration, is worth 100 marks, and has a weightage of 70%.
Art and Design, subject code 0400. All candidates are graded in 2 ways. Component 1, Coursework, and Component 2, Externally Set Assignment. Both components carry 100 marks each and have a weightage of 50% each.
Food and Nutrition, subject code 0648. Candidates appear for 2 compulsory components, Paper 1 Theory and Paper 2 Practical Test. Paper 1 has a time duration of 2 hours. For Paper 2, candidates first have a planning session of 1 hour and 30 minutes a week before the practical test. And for the actual test, a time duration of 2 hours and 30 minutes. Both papers are worth 100 marks each and have an equal weightage of 50%. GCSE Psychology, subject code 1PS0. Candidates appear for 2 papers, Paper 1 and Paper 2. Paper 1 carries 98 marks and has a 55% weightage with a duration of 1 hour 45 minutes. Paper 2 carries 79 marks, has a 45% weightage, and a duration of 1 hour 20 minutes.
Geography, subject code 0460. All candidates appear for 3 papers. Paper 1, Geographical Themes. Paper 2, Geographical Skills. And Paper 4, Alternative to Coursework. Papers 1 and 2 have a time duration of 1 hour and 45 minutes. It is worth 75 marks and has a weightage of 36%. Paper 4 has a duration of 1 hour and 30 minutes, worth 60 marks, and has a weightage of 28%.
Arabic as a first language. Subject code 7180. All candidates take 2 components, paper 1 writing and paper 2 reading and grammar. Both papers have a time duration of 1 hour 30 minutes and are worth 50 marks with a 50% weightage each.
Thank you.
We would now like to hand over the mic to Ms. Aisha and Ms. Anju.
Thank you, boys. That was really informative. I could see that some of you are taking the pictures of the slides. Please do not worry. We will be sending this PowerPoint presentation with complete information of option form through your emails.
A famous person once said, "To begin with an end in mind means to start with a clear understanding of your destination." As complex as it may sound, it's vital to overcome this milestone successfully. To talk more about the planning and helping you in taking decisions, I would like to call Guidance Counselor of School, Ms. Anisha Jaikumar.
Good evening, dear parents and students. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is a very important milestone for your future. Why is it important? Because today we are going to focus on backward planning. Now, what is backward planning? We all have an interest or a career or a field that we want to go to, a particular course that you may be fascinated by, or any university that you have in mind, or any country. So right now, I understand it is very vague, but what we focus here is the place where you want to go in future. Focusing on that or having an idea of that is where you start planning right now. So first thing we need to understand and focus here is any subjects that you choose should primarily be of your interest and not something that you're really struggling with or have no passion for, because this is something you're going to do for life. Yes, so focus primarily on your interest and passion, on what your strengths are. The next thing is, in year 10 and 11, any subjects that you study, you will only be able to choose from those subjects for year 12 and 13. This is why being here, understanding why why it is important, that is, the main focus of our event here. And we do have plenty of career fairs, a lot of career events update, internships, different boot camps, all of these information that we get from Gems for Life. Now, these are few things that every student has to keep in mind. Gems for Life. Now, this is a website in which we have all the details pertaining to internships, MOU Gems has with a lot of universities in future, where when you go and you say you're a Gems student, you will have a discount because of that, depending on the MOU Gems has with that particular university. So Gems for Life has various opportunities that we get weekly or monthly, and relevant opportunities will be shared with you students through letters. So have a look out for that. Over the years, start building for your portfolio, which again is important for your university applications. That will add a lot of value to your recommendation letters. So these are the things that you keep in mind. Yes, your preparation for future starts now, if not already started. So starts with your subject choice, focus on your academics, having good grades, which means you have your options open for scholarships. A lot of universities are offering plenty of scholarship opportunities for students these days. So if you need that, you need to have a good academic background and be active in extracurriculars. Now, having that balance can be tricky, but that is crucial if you want your portfolio or your application to stand out from the rest of the students. Yes, we have a lot of clubs and initiatives that happen across school. Ensure that you're active in that. We have the student council applications that will come out for the next academic year once the school starts. So if you're interested for that, building your leadership skills, apply for that, give it a try, do not hold back. Yes, so backward planning is important. Why? To get into a good university, to get into a desired course, or to go fulfill the country or university requirement, ensure that you have a strong portfolio build up right away. Do not hold back. You have any concerns, you're more than welcome to reach out. When in need, ask for help, because unless you ask, we will not know how to support you. We are there as your guidance counselor, the team leaders are there, we have the phase leaders, and we have our SLT. We're more than happy to support you. But the key here is, unless you ask, we will not know how to guide you. We will always be there to provide generic information. Anything specific, please fix an appointment. We're more than happy to meet with you and clarify your doubts. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Anisha. Now it's time to address any queries that we have from the audience. May I request Mr. Franklin to clear the further queries?
Thank you so much. I think there's quite a lot of information which came over there to take in. But before I start answering any specific queries you have, let me say a couple of things. There was a time and era when we joined school, especially when I say it from my side, when I joined school, I was put through the regular school system, and when I was about to finish, my parents started thinking about what he will do in the university. And then they started finding university or course in line with that. But currently it is not the case. You have to work backwards. That's very important. Number two, when I am answering any queries, if you have any specific query about particular university or a particular country, the answer I give will be very general. I will not be able to specifically tell you that if you are planning to go to this university for medical sciences, these are the degrees or these are all the subjects, these are all the grades they are expecting. For that, Ms. Anisha can help you. I would be giving you general information, and if there is anything that you have in your mind to ask about the program, I'm here to help you. So you can ask your question.
If anyone has the question, you can raise your hand.
Group question? Yes. Yeah.
This for us.
Okay, thank you.
Type. First one, we need to ask about the linear and modular. You will start to the system modular. You take the two paper in two different sessions.
We are not introducing modular. We are going to use only linear.
But many schools open this for this.
I understand, but we are not going to go for
sure,
modular.
خلاص, yeah, no discussing
Yes.
for this.
No, we are not.
But
Thank
this
you.
will be problem for us. We hope to discuss
Yeah,
this.
always, because modular, again, it is, we look through that.
Okay.
Modular is offered only in 1 or 2 subjects when we looked at. So we are thinking that as a whole system, modular is somewhere it's helpful as well as it is somewhere having the cons of it, the downside
Yes,
of it.
you are
So,
right. But it will be help us. Please,
yeah.
يعني,
Currently we are not doing
please,
it.
yeah.
Yes,
One
thank
more
you.
thing, we need to ask بقى for something. يعني for edexcel, we need to mass edexcel. This possible يعني can add it for this next year?
We are not thinking of bringing maths edexcel because edexcel subject is very, style is very different. So we are going to have only Cambridge, and most importantly, when we are looking at Cambridge mathematics, which has got more weightage when they go into the university studies, which we have understood. And apart from that, edexcel, like Mr. Suj already told, number system and the grading in number system and the letter system has the same syllabus, has the same topics, but only the marking system is different. But edexcel mathematics and Cambridge mathematics are 2 different ball games in itself. So we are not having that. Yes.
The last thing, I hope يعني.
Yeah,
because this is for all us,
yeah.
not for only. Okay, yeah, there are 6 subjects, right?
Yes.
So it's compulsory, يعني. It should be examined all together, or we can accept one, يعني, skip one. We'll take the exam for 5 sessions and keep the last one for next year. It's possible for this? Some school do this. Yeah.
The strong suggestion from us is any paper, if your child is going to write, it needs 2 years of learning time. That is what Cambridge suggests. So we will strongly suggest your child completes 2 full academic years and then sit for the examination to get the best grades and best outcomes. If anything that is happening before that, it is very much in our experience, we are speaking from experience, there are a lot of times children try in advance, but they never get the grade they want. Once again, they go in the following year. When it comes to Cambridge, there are some time differences. They cannot immediately, in Edexcel, sorry, immediately they cannot apply again. They need 12 months difference. All these nuances are there. So we would strongly suggest to go through the course in a regular pace. Only 6 subjects, it is not too many, and can...
لا too many. We need some help, يعني, please.
Only 6 subjects, requirement is 4, only 6 subjects, and very easily it can be done in 2 years. There are students who have taken their own private study subjects also in our school in the past. They have done well, God bless them, but 6 subjects is possible to do it in 2 years. Yes. Yeah. Sir, Aisha.
Hi, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
What about self-study? We choosing 6 subjects, and our country must we taking 8 subjects. What about 2 subjects more?
The
What
2
available?
subjects we have always given options for the students that they can write it in British Council. If we are not providing the subject here, we give no objection certificate. They can write 2 subjects in British Council. But if you are choosing any subject that we are offering at WSS, we give them a chance to sit in the school, provided after their private study, we give them mock examination. In mock examination, they should be scoring anywhere between A star to B. If they are getting A star to B, we do give chance to sit in school. Say for example, no, we don't have that in our school. We can give, no, we don't have those subjects. What all the subjects we showed, only we have. Only this subject, because this is what we have been enrolled with both in SPIA as well as in Cambridge. Only those subjects come to us. Other subjects we have not enrolled ourselves with. I will explain once again. All the subjects that we have showed are the subjects that we have enrolled ourselves with both SPIA as well as Cambridge. There are a lot of other subjects Cambridge gives, like for example German language, combined science, or human biology. We have not enrolled ourselves with. So for that, if you want to write the exam, we will give no objection certificate to go to British Council and write. For any other subject, for example, your child is doing full sciences and you want to take business studies as one additional subject or economics as one additional subject, we will give you chance because we are enrolled. So we can offer those subjects. Those questions come to us. And for that, we will give a mock test to see whether the child is up to the beat, so that we will give them chance.
Same, okay. Anyone else want to ask?
Hi, this is regarding advanced level. Okay, which board will be available?
Sorry, ma'am?
These all for ordinary level, for all level subjects, right? Yeah. Okay, so what about this advanced level?
Okay.
Which boards will be available?
Good question. As of now, like how we have for Cambridge IGCSE now, when your child is finishing year 11, for year 11, we have options evening for advanced level studies, in which we will show the subjects we offer, and we also tell how many number of subjects we offer from the school. Currently, it is only for IGCSE. If you want to know about AS A level, we can tell you, but we can tell you after this meeting, you can speak to us. We'll tell you how many we have. Yes.
Yeah. Hi. Regarding the previous slide, can you just go there?
Go to
yeah. What if I choose, my son choose 2 science subject and 1 business? Sorry?
If please.
No, for example, he chooses physics and bio, and from their business.
No, from each row he has to choose one.
From
each row he has to choose one.
Yeah.
Exactly. Between
but
physics and business studies, one. Between chemistry and economics, he can choose one.
So he cannot choose business, bio, and physics.
No, business, bio, and chemistry he can go for, or along with business. Yeah.
Any good reason for that?
No, that is the system that we run, because if we are going to run everything haphazardly,
no,
then
there are some schools which provide the roles
but
you can swap.
If we have 20 students like that, we can do.
Oh,
but we never get 20 students like that. maybe 2 students.
Okay, what if all the science, for example, he add in chemistry also, but he wants to study business?
Then go to the next. Here all the subjects are there.
Okay.
You can choose from
And
here.
what about the private? You said if he wants to give business, just in case as an extra subject.
Private studies is for 2 years. The child will do business studies as private study. They will do it at her home time,
not
in school.
Okay.
And school there will be no time because the timetable
Already
will be
science
full.
subjects will be going
so
on,
timetable will be full. So once they finish their studies at home.
Because you know, as the busy world is going on, you need to have an extra 1-2 subjects in your hand, just in case. If you are not, because by the time they will be finishing O levels, then only they will know that where they will stand in science.
I totally agree.
So,
Earlier I worked in Cambridge International School, Dubai. There are students who did 10 subjects, IGCSEs. They keep on studying.
Hi sir, is it possible if my son is taking ICT for year 11, is it possible he can take computer science in year 12? Because I am not sure whether computer science is having algorithm and programming.
Yeah.
So I am not sure whether he can handle it in year 11. So he will be taking that class outside.
Yeah.
And if he can handle, if he feels that he can handle it, then after this ICT he can go for computer science in year 12.
Let me tell you, this is very, very important. If they do ICT and then they go for their ASA level computer science, it is not going to work out because both are very different levels of learning computers. So if your child wants to do computer science later, it is better the child starts computer science in IGCSE. In due course of time, when he is studying computer science, you will know whether the child will be able to cope up with the pressure and the depth of the course. Then later you can decide, is it a good advice to go for computer science in future. So it's better to start with computer science. If you start with ICT, in ASA level there is a course called IT. You can go for that.
Thank you parents for your questions. As we are running out of time, we need to open the floor for your queries. So you can contact the subject leaders at the end. Before I proceed further, I would like to request Ms. Seema to conclude the event.
I hope you have had the information in hand that you wanted and for which you took out time and came here. I wholeheartedly thank you, all of you, for being here. And you can proceed with your questions to the subject leaders. Thank you very much for coming.
Displayed are the details of the subject heads along with their number to represent their counters. Even though today's presentation will be sent for the further clarification, the floor is now open for the parents to visit the head of subject seated with their doubts. We also have Mr. Franklin and Ms. Seema, secondary SLT members, to answer your queries. Ms. Sharon, Key Stage 4 phase leader, head of mathematics, along with Ms. Ashia and Deepti, team leader for year 10 and 11, will be answering doubts for the parents who are online. Thank you so much everyone for your time.